Hi, my name is Patrick Sips. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to present our data on the detailed cardiac phenotyping study we performed in a mouse model of Marfan syndrome. From previous studies, it's known that Marfan syndrome is associated with primary cardiac manifestations in at least a subset of patients. Therefore, the goal of our study was to provide an in-depth characterization of the cardiac phenotype of the FBN1 MGR mutant mouse model. These mice have a very strong decrease in the expression levels of fibrillin-1 and represent a severe model of Marfan syndrome. First of all, we confirmed the early onset of a significant dilatation of the aortic sinus, the ascending aorta, and the aortic arch in these mutant mice. When studying ultrasound recordings of MGR mutant hearts, we discovered a diastolic dysfunction characterized by a significant decrease in the early ventricular filling rate. On the other hand, we found no evidence of systolic dysfunction or of a dilated cardiomyopathy, also by microscopic observations. Next, using a technique which we have recently published, we performed 24-hour ECG measurements in awake mice. Using this technique, we found a significant increase in the number of arrhythmic events in MGR mice, mainly consisting of extrasystoles. Further analysis of both short-term and long-term ECG segments revealed decreased heart rate variability, which is reminiscent of earlier findings in Marfan syndrome patients. Surprisingly, during post-mortem analysis, we discovered lesions in the right ventricular free wall in the majority of the MGR mice. After histological investigation, we characterized these as cardiac pseudoaneurysms. These lesions were correlated with a decreased compaction of the myocardium in the MGR mice. This is the first time that this type of cardiac lesion has been shown to be associated with a fibrillin-1 defect. And from a clinical perspective, it will be interesting to see whether similar cardiac manifestations can be detected in Marfan syndrome patients, which will likely require the use of high-resolution imaging modalities. Finally, we wanted to investigate the contribution of aberrant TGF-beta signaling to the cardiac phenotype, and we found that both the SMAD2 and SMAD3 dependent canonical pathway, as well as a non-canonical ERK pathway, were not activated in the MGR hearts. So taken together, our data suggests that defects in fibrillin-1 can lead to severe structural myocardial defects. Thank you for your attention.